So my first video is about, this is the OnePlus 3. I've had this for almost 2 years now. I love it. This was my first Android phone outside of the iPhone. I'd had an iPhone since I was going into, when I was at school, when I was like, year 9. I lost many of them. I gave one to my brother and he smashed it within 6 months. I really liked those phones and they just worked for me, and I was paranoid about switching over to an Android phone. And my friend who works at the O2 store just said, fuck it, you really like this one. I got this with the knowledge that it would be my first Android phone, and it has not disappointed me. I really like it and I want the newer one. Simple as. And whilst I'm at it, I can review the new one. So I'm gonna be going into town in a few minutes. About this one, I guess 2 weeks ago it was fine, and then suddenly, I completely smashed the edge of my phone along here. Are you okay? So I'm going to go and get the new one. So I'll be back. Right, I am back. I have new phone in hand. I've already dented the box by the looks of it. There we go. And we have my lovely phone. They have 3 different colors for this. It's matte, glossy, and white. The one in the O2 store, basically they only had glossy in. Apparently online you can buy the matte one, but I only wanted the 64 gig one like I said earlier, and basically I could only get that if I got it in shiny, which is fine and looks great in the store, but as soon as you start getting hands all over in this, that quickly falls apart. Thankfully, it does come with a case. I've had a little bit of a play around with it so far, and I've got to say my favorite feature is probably the unlock. So if I go this way and then immediately look back at myself, it already unlocks. Or you can unlock it by just putting your finger on the back and it unlocks very much the same way as the Samsungs or anything like that and the previous one. I think the button placement on the back, I mean all phones are doing this, is not new. The one thing I always hated was holding a phone this big and then trying to get my thumb down to the bottom, because it just was like, I was worried that it wasn't working to start with, and I've heard how good it is. It was just unlocking before I even got to that screen. Like, you just turn, look at it, and it just unlocks. But function wise, I've had a couple of chances to play with the camera. 2 cameras on the back there. You can select an item that you want to be in focus. You get like a really nice kind of depth of field on it that you can do on Instagram, but I think this is just a bit more natural. You've got a 6.28 inch AMOLED screen. I was outside and I had my sunglasses on and I was thinking, oh crap, okay, it's the same brightness as my last phone. Immediately just went into the settings menu and I was like, oh, that's on like 10%. Whacked it up and something I was like, that is incredible. Like, the sun just did not affect with it whatsoever. Apparently it's not quite as good as the Samsungs and what they're offering, but my mate had a Samsung that's right by side and he's looking at mine going, I want that one, I want that phone. I'm fine with the bezel-less display, that is absolutely fine. The one thing I was kind of hoping for, there's no buttons now at the bottom of my phone. I like the physical home button. It's like a fail-safe if something happens to your phone. So if an app crashes, my worry is it will just crash the whole phone. It's just kind of that bit anyway, so it's like, what am I really sacrificing? Like, I dealt with a screen that was like that big. That was huge at the time, and now it's like, this is massive. This is the size of my head. It's bigger than my fucking ear. Not that it's hard, but there's one thing my friends does where if you scroll on the back, this kind of top section does that, which this isn't doing. And we're unsure at the moment whether that's an update thing or whether they've taken that feature out. Go down here with your thumb. It's kind of hard to get up here to go and do that. So I'm gonna sort of I'm gonna go out and basically just kind of play around with this phone. I'm going climbing in What's going on? Hello, bro. Hello. How's it going? I want a cookie, by the way. I won't say no to a cookie. That would be fantastic. Thank you so much.